This problem says a savings account pays 4% annual interest that is compounded quarterly. How much do you need to deposit in order to have $9,000 in 6 years? So we can use the compound interest formula to solve this problem. And here's the formula. A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N to the power of N times T, where A, that's the ending amount, P is the principal or the initial amount, R is the annual interest rate, N is the number of times that the interest is compounded annually, and T is the time or the number of years. So notice in this example, we actually know the ending amount that we want. We want $9,000. So that's A, that's what we want the ending amount to be. And we're just trying to figure out what do we need to deposit in order to get to that amount. So we're trying to solve for P, the principal in this example. So normally we use this compound interest formula to solve for A, the ending amount, but in this case we're trying to solve for the initial amount. So if we write this formula, if we want to solve for P, the principal, if we want to get P all by itself, we could divide both sides by 1 plus R over N to the power of N times T. And we can do the same thing on this side. Now we'll notice that on the right-hand side, this whole expression cancels out with this whole expression. So P, the principal, is going to be equal to this formula right here. So this is the formula we can use to figure out P. So let's write that. So now we can just fill in all of the values that we know for this right-hand side, and we'll be able to solve for the principal. So let's do that. So we get A, the ending amount, we want to have $9,000. So A is 9,000, and that's all over 1 plus R, that's the annual interest rate, which we're told is 4%. So as a decimal, that would be written as 0.04, divided by N. So N is the number of times the interest is compounded annually. We're told it's compounded quarterly, so that's 4 times per year. So N is 4, and then that's to the power of N times T. So 4 times T, that's the number of years. So we're told it's 6 years. So we'll have 4 times 6. So we can simplify this a little bit. We can say 9,000 divided by 0.04 divided by 4, that's 0.01. So 1 plus 0.01 is just 1.01. And that's going to be raised to the power of 4 times 6, which is 24. So if you punch in 9,000 divided by 1.04 to the 24th power into a calculator, you get about 7,088.10. So we'll say dollars for this. So this is our final answer. You would have to invest $7,088.10 in order to have $9,000 in 6 years.